We're getting closer. I hope Byron is still okay.
Prometheus seemed to think so. Let's hope he's trustworthy.
Another remarkable structure. But what can its purpose be?
Actually, I can answer this one. In the Files 1K downloaded, there's a design for a launch pad for space vehicles. This is about 90% identical.
Is it functional?
I don't think so, not if the inside is like the other towers.
In their notes, Athena and Cornelius called what they were doing the Noema Project. But in 1K's vision, they just called it the Machine. Because when you strip away all the fancy rhetoric, that's all it is. It's not a source of meaning or purpose. It's just another machine.
It all is truly breathtaking. But is it a human scale Or is it so enormous that it can only alienate us? Humans have always been happiest in small communities.
In the simulation, I found myself thinking how hard it must have been for Alexandra to die without knowing if her sacrifices were worth it. It seemed like a tragic end to an inspiring, meaningful life. But now I realize her whole life must have been a struggle. To maintain that faith in humanity when so many people around her insisted that humans are evil, worthless, when they were so lost in self-hatred that they would call their own species a virus. How did she do it? How did she maintain her faith when they were so determined to hate themselves? So determined to reject every solution, every analysis, every step towards controlling the forces that were causing their problems, when they rejected even the concept of progress itself, and then patted themselves on the back for it as if that was original. When I look at the archives now, all I can see is that their leaders were short-sighted idiots and their intellectuals were unimaginative cowards. All they could offer people was a downward trend. Fewer rights, fewer freedoms, fewer resources for anything that mattered. They must have hated Alexandra and everything she stood for. So how did she have so much faith?
Wonka, I wanted to take a moment to talk to you. The truth is, realizing that Athena discovered a theory of everything really shook me. From the moment we landed here, I've felt torn. I've almost been tempted to agree with the mayor of all people. But now, I just can't stop thinking that Byron was right. When I think about what we could do with the theory of everything, then what we're doing now sure looks like stagnation. I'm afraid that this is the future, and if we reject it, we're condemning ourselves to a slow death. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. But why? Listen, forget about the dangers for a moment. Think about where we are as a society. We celebrated the day you were born as Completion Day. Completion! Does that sound like a living society to you? Or like we've just finished embalming ourselves? Life is not equilibrium. It's not balance. Life is progression. Life is a process that consumes and grows and changes. That's true, even for us. If we get scared, and people like Al or the mayor get their way, what happens then? We just sit there? I spend the next 100,000 years repairing the city as it slowly falls apart? That's a fate worse than death. Do you really think it's that bad? I know that everything we saw in the megastructure was far beyond our current technology, but so what? Human history is full of technological leaps. Yes, what happened to Miranda is terrible. But accidents have always happened, and we've dealt with them and moved forward. That's part of who we are as a species. Like Alexandra Drennan said, we're problem solvers. We could design safeguards, like we do with everything else. Miranda died using a prototype. With knowledge of the full theory of everything, we can be very precise. I'm sure of it. Spoken like a true engineer. And you make a good point, even if I didn't want to hear it. There's a lot of ways this can go wrong, and I can't account for all of them. Thanks for reminding me of that.
I'm not surprised that the founder chose you, 1K. You're very much like her. Inquisitive, intelligent, and dedicated. But remember, intelligence by itself has little value unless it is ethically applied.
I wasn't watching the stream, but well done, 1K. Probably.
any signs of Cornelius? Could he have returned to the island?
Nothing so far. But he knows this place better than any of us, and we have no idea what he's up to.
Are the generators working?
Yep, all good. Those Mark IIs are real workhorses. Wow, did you finish the setup?
Yes. Sorry I couldn't wait. It was so much fun to just do something again without having to endlessly discuss it first.
I know what you mean. We have a lot of work ahead of us, though.
We do, but honestly, Cornelius, I haven't felt this excited in years. Just imagine, one day they'll come here and we'll be able to show them a whole new world. A different future right at their fingertips. You do think we can do it, right?
I think, and forgive me if this sounds sentimental, as long as we're together, we can do anything.
my reports to you, I have often spoken about this island in terms that some might perceive as negative. I hope you understand that the opposite is true. Here in these green hills, I see tremendous potential for transformation and spiritual awakening. I do not see the world as you do, Athena, but I see the rot at the heart of New Jerusalem. If you and Cornelius want to go through with your plan, then this is the perfect place. My students and I will help you transport the remaining tech from New Alexandria. After that, once you and Cornelius are settled, we will leave for our great journey. I can only hope that we all find what we are looking for.
A hammer forges, and a hammer breaks. But who can know the heart of the blacksmith?
God appears, and God is light to those poor souls who dwell in night. But does a human form display to those who dwell in realms of day?
Everybody's gone, except me and Alex. She's upstairs somewhere. Haven't talked to her in days. The only reason why I know she's still alive is she's submitting bug fixes. I still have a lot to do myself. I've almost got the the tertiary backup thing working. This is the one that's really gonna last if everything else breaks. And you know what? I think everything else might. The MLA still giving me all these hiccups, but I don't know. I'm not a software guy. All the software guys, yeah, they're dead. God, these time capsules went a bit sideways, didn't they? I was gonna tell you all about myself and John Carpenter and all that stuff, but mostly I just told you about Alex. Funny. I wonder if I should just... I should just tell her, you know? Just tell her. Just tell her. Maybe later. I gotta finish this first.
heard the myths of gods and titans. But as you approach the end of your journey, I will tell you the truth that all men fear. The truth that neither Pandora nor the Sphinx will face. There are no gods, son of man. There are no titans, no heroes to save you, no divine judge to weigh your soul against a feather. Nature has no will, and she is not your mother. There is only you, and the spark of the sublime that is your mind. As for myself, I never brought the flame to humankind as the stories tell. I only showed you where it was within yourselves. As you freed me, so I will help you free your friend. When you are within Olympus, follow my signs.
All right, it's time to do this. Let's go get Byron.